Hey everybody! Today I want to share a story that if you followed my Instagram for a while, you probably saw this sometime last July, and it's about this window right here. This window is in my art studio, which is also my laundry. And when I moved in, it had like a space in between the wall and the frame, and insects were getting through it, so I needed to fix it. I went and got this foam sealant, but as I was installing it, I got over my hands, and my hands got really sticky and I got really anxious. So I ran into the bathroom and I washed my hands with hand soap, but it didn't help. I used shampoo and it didn't help. I used makeup remover and it didn't help. I used coconut oil and it didn't help. I went up to the kitchen and I tried the Dawn dish soap, because I operate in the belief that that can clean anything, but it didn't help. I used a little bit of Clorox even though I'm allergic to it, and it didn't help. So I went back to the bathroom and I let my hands soak on water for a little while to see if that would do anything. And as I was standing there, I looked out to the mirror and I expected to see frustration and even perhaps a little bit of anger, but I didn't. I saw sadness. And I was sad because up until that moment in my life, there is this recurrent story. Every time I find myself in a particular situation, I do something different, and yet I end up the same way. And Albert Einstein defines insanity as doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. But how do you call doing something different and still having the same result? So I was very sad that no matter what I did to make my situation different each time I approached it, it was just having the same result. And I was frustrated, but I was mainly sad at that moment. I couldn't figure out what to do about the situation, but I decided that in regards to my hands, it was time to let them dry. So I waited and I actually air dried my hands, because I figured that since they were sticky, if I used a towel, it would have just made it worse. So once my hands were dry, turns out my hands weren't that bad. They were rough, but they weren't as bad, and they were definitely not sticky. The next day, as I come into my art studio, I found a solid piece of foam. A solid piece of foam. This is very easy to break, very easy to remove, and very easy to clean. So it got me thinking. It's like, life sometimes is messy. I mean, we live in a broken, fallen world. I think everything is messy, actually. And sometimes we're in circumstances that could be very sticky or can feel like very, very sticky. And I think that just like the foam, it just needs time. If you take a step back and give it time and then see how bad the damage is before you actually do something, it could turn out that the situation is not as bad as you thought. I did decide to apply that principle to my situation, that I felt that it was like a recurrent story. And to my surprise, I got a different result. Well, kind of. Things were not as bad as I thought they were. And as I stepped in a new chance in this situation, I continue with the mentality. It's like, if things get sticky, I'm just gonna step back. Well, things did got sticky, but I stepped back. And I'm just waiting now. It's a matter of waiting to see if the situation is gonna be it's gonna be easy to fix, or if it's just not gonna work at all. But I'm different now. I don't get anxious and I don't get frustrated. I just take a step back, let things dry, and then evaluate. I've also applied this principle to other circumstances in my life. I've applied this with situations at church, and it has turned out in my advantage, because it has allowed me to think everything that's happening clearly from the standpoint of like, let me see what's happening before I actually do something about it. And it has been of great benefit. So You know, if you're out there and you feel like you're in a messy situation, you feel like everything's sticky and everything you've tried, it just have led you nowhere, try taking a step back. Try giving it a break, letting things ride. It may turn out that things are not as sticky or messed up as you think they are. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. Have a great day.